All right, so Dr. Stephen Greer just announced a book, a very interesting style of book, basically briefing documents that he's giving the incoming administration you can have access to, amongst other UFO secrets. And apparently it's available to order now online. Here's Dr. Stephen Greer talking about it.
Also, our briefing document that's been provided to the incoming administration and the president. It is not a binder like this. This is the official one. It's available now for you to order online. It's a print-on-demand version. There's a hard copy and soft cover. So you will have everything that people in Congress are getting, except for some sensitive names that we had to redact for obvious reasons. So that is now available, and it's important for people to get that, and if necessary, send a version of it to your two senators and your member of Congress as well, so that they're aware that this is the information they need to know. Everything they would need to know is in this. It's about 320 pages. There's a lot on the crash retrievals or government documents selected. There's executive order recommendations, legislation recommendations, a lot of top secret whistleblower testimony in transcript form, obviously, not video. And all the black site locations are in there marked, where a lot of the covert programs have been conducted over the last 70, 80 years, including very important current black site locations that have been run through illegal secret government programs, contractors, and government entities that are not answering to the constitutional government. All of that's in there. So it's kind of historic. I've never made one of these available since I put the first one together for Bill Clinton in 93 and 94. But I think it's time for people to start seeing how this is laid out. And it's available for everyone to order right now. We just got it submitted and accepted, so you can order it.
All right, so this definitely brings up the question that's often talked about in this community, which is, should there be a paywall behind secrets, right? Now, putting a project together costs money. Doing something costs money, a production, right? So to put this together, it does cost money. But it does feel like he's selling secrets, UFO secrets, right? You can get access to all the illegal black site locations and this and that. Like, what? I mean, all the briefing documents. Okay, that's one thing, but it starts to include all this other stuff in it, right? That seems very like he's hiding secrets behind a paywall, like, for this. I don't know. But again, I understand putting this together costs money as well. This is a tough one. And I can already tell what the comments are going to be like, for sure. And to some extent, I get it, right? Like, if you're angry about this, like, I can totally understand. But again, I can also understand from a business side, it costs money to put these things together. So, God, it's one of those things where I don't know. It's like, do you present it and then offer it for people to buy if they want it for themselves? I don't know. It's a very tough thing to sort of get behind, to be honest with you. And I don't know the price. I'm afraid to look, to be honest with you. But I imagine it will not be cheap, right? And what exactly is in it? I hope that, not claiming anything classified in this thing, right? But it apparently has all the UFO secrets that he can just print out and put out, and that's no problem. So, very interesting. I don't know. But some of the briefing documents, I mean, Dr. Stephen Greer is talking about how he's briefing the incoming administration, right? And talking to them about what's happening, what he expects, right? And to some extent, I get that. Everyone's trying to go and get in Congress's ear about all of this, right? So, I don't know. Definitely curious to read the comments on this one. There was something very funny at the beginning of this podcast. This is episode 5 of Dr. Stephen Greer's podcast. Again, link in the description. Go check out the full episode. But at the very beginning, there's something kind of funny. I just thought, you know what? See if you catch it.
And from an undisclosed location, welcome to episode 5 of the Dr. Stephen Greer podcast. Dr. Greer, it's great to be with you again.
Good to see you.
Thank you. I know we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Yes. So the sort of theme of this episode is the dirty tricks of UFO secrecy. Do you want to give us an intro to the topic?
Yes, I will. First, I just want a few announcements for those of you who will hear this in time. I'm in the St. Petersburg, Tampa area, and I'll be doing a lecture at the Imagine Glass Museum on Wednesday.
All right, so did you catch that? It's just kind of funny. He at the beginning, the co-host is like, coming from an undisclosed location, and then 20 seconds later, Stephen Greer's like, I'm in Tampa, and I'll be here at St. Petersburg at this place on this date. It's just kind of funny, like, from an undisclosed, and then he just comes out and says where he's from, where he's at. Anyway, I thought that was funny. So, look, to be honest with you, again, the conversation is, should these sort of secrets be behind a paywall, right? Lots of people put out books, documentaries, there's TV shows. I've always thought that is a good way to get people interested in the topic. People, a grifter, he's coming out with a documentary, a book. It's like, well, but that gets people interested in the topic. How many people have you met that were like, I got hooked when I saw this particular show or this documentary, or I read this book, and then it brought me in. I saw this podcast and, hooked me in. That's what it's for. That's what a lot of these shows and, the entertainment aspect of it, right, is kind of just to keep the conversation alive and just bring people into the topic. The hearings, that's where the bread and butter should be. That's what I've always said. That's why I didn't like the hearings that were like promoting books and all this stuff. Like, well, that's not what the hearings are for. The hearings are to activate Congress to, do something about this. The documentaries, podcasts, YouTube shows, all of that, books, that is what gets people interested in the topic. Let it be entertaining. That's okay. It's a production, it's okay. It gets people hooked in, right? And so I can understand that argument of it, right? I mean, I look at this topic pretty much as entertainment for myself, because otherwise I go crazy, to be honest with you. And so to some extent, I can understand him wanting to put a book like this out, right, Dr. Greer? But on the other end of it, it's like what people claim to have inside these books and all these secrets and all these things that would transform humanity. But you can only find if you get behind this book, But at the same time, you got to make money. I mean, what do you do? Like, we've sort of set up a system, right? At least in America, let's say, but let's just, think about this globally. We've sort of, a system has been set up by humanity that allows, that kind of not only allows it, but promotes it. Promotes trying to get your thing out and charge for it. Whatever that is, even if it's life-changing, even if it's reality shifting, the knowledge of ETs, like even that has a price. But we've kind of set up a system like that. You offer goods or services and you charge for them. And that's just how we have things set up. So to some extent, I don't blame people for going through that. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Do it for free? Where's the money? I mean, people got bills to pay. It's like we want both things. We want that information, but we don't want to pay for people to go get us that information. It costs money to bring it all together and, aggregate everything and print it out and get it all out, right? It costs money. It's one of those things, just buy it if you want it. If you don't, you don't. Right? It's kind of it's just one of those things. But I can definitely understand the argument both ways. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's like, I feel like that argument is going to be had till the end of time, right? Should you pay for these type of things? Should there be these truths behind a paywall? Right? I don't know. I can kind of see it both ways, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Keep it civil. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next video. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the the cradle's profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.